Jeff Bernard.
That's right, second place finish in the GP final for Jeff Bernard. Jeff, man, you had a great battle in that first lap with the eventual winner, Brandon Kennedy. What did you see from your vantage point?
Man, we were running good. We went up the backstretch, and he was able to get down the backstretch a little bit better than me. Still thought I had a nose on him going in the corner, and then the thing it was acting like it was running out of fuel in the middle of the corner. And every time after lap 1, turn 2, every time I turned the boat, it would stall, and then it would just take off again. So it's unfortunate. We had I think I had a shot. We nailed the start again and had a good lead going in the first turn, but if you would have told me when I started this weekend that we would have finished second, I would have called you a liar. So thank you to the Dam family for sponsoring us this weekend. The Bad Influence guys did an awesome job. We're going to go home and figure out what that problem was in the final. I don't know why it started up, if it's fuel, why it started up there in the final, because we did a 4-lap heat yesterday and didn't have that problem. But unfortunate. Congrats to Brandon Kennedy and those guys. They did an awesome job. They were the boat to beat in my mind going the weekend, and we came up a little bit short.
That's Jeff Bernard, a second place finish in the GP final. Thanks.
Thanks, Rob Connick, talking with GP 79 here this afternoon in the Grand Prix final. As GP boats continue to get pulled out of the water. Again, waiting on the 5 to the 5, or the 1 to the 5 to the 5 for the Unlimited 3A, and then we will have 3B, and then the final pretty quickly after that, because River is to be turned back over to traffic at 6 o'clock, I believe.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I heard earlier.
Okay.
So the last 3 heats are going to be pretty quick, I think.
I would say so.
So as far as we know, I will check, everybody will make the final for the H1s. We'll have 4 on the front and 2 trailers. So,
if the
hydro expert Kyle Lives over here.
Yes, well, when I want hydro stuff, I know where to go.
Just right there.
I know
just
where to
go
go
right
to.
there.
Soccer coach extraordinaire, sponsor extraordinaire this weekend. So yeah, he's on top of things this weekend. So.
Well, as far as you know.
As far as I know, that's right. But all around good guy though.
I'll give you a little credit on that. Yeah.
Yes, he does a great job with his insurance business, River City Printing, and of course been involved with the regatta. His dad, Tim, was president in '98. And here we go, countdown. 1 to the 5.
Oh, crap.
They threw you a curve this time, buddy.
Yes, they did. Daggone it.
1 to the 5.
Oh, well. That'll be the first time I messed up. Won't be the last.
No, it won't. It won't. I can almost see what I'm doing on this thing.
I know, right?
I'm gonna have to get in front of you. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
Get out of the way there. So, closing in on the 5 to the 5 for Unlimited 3A. Andrew Tate in the cockpit of the 12. Same goes for Corey Peabody and J. Michael Kelly. Oh, we are at the 5-minute gun. I'm sorry. I apologize. We must have missed the 5 to the 5, so we are inside 5 minutes before the start of Unlimited 3A. As Andrew Tate heads out, Corey Peabody heads out, J. Michael Kelly heads out. All 3 H1 Unlimited are the nose pointed to the middle of the Wild Bill Cantrell Memorial Racecourse here on the Ohio River in Madison, Indiana. Appreciate you listening. Again, on Works 96.7 FM, WORX, or online at WORXradio.com as Corey Peabody, little stall action, but gets it re-spooled and heads out. I'm Travis Calvert. That's Tim Torrance. And we are now at mark 4 minutes. 4 minutes before the start as Tate comes in and out of turn 1. J. Michael Kelly already up the back straightaway. Corey Peabody just now entering the lower corner as we get set for what should be an exciting Unlimited 3A.
Andrew Tate has a dog in the fight, obviously.
Yep, 2 for 2 so far today.
But that being said, nothing silly here from the 12.
Yeah.
Corey Peabody, J. Michael Kelly, Corey Peabody especially with 2 third-place finishes.
Yep.
He's got to have his best effort right here to make sure he's on the front row of the final.
Exactly. And again, somebody's going to get behind the 8 ball and be the first trailer.
Yep.
And it could very well be Corey Peabody after as good as he was last weekend.
Yeah.
And been less than a great performance from him today as J. Michael Kelly heads toward the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line as Tate and Peabody come out of 2, 3 minutes before the start.
J. Michael Kelly in front of the start-finish line. Here comes Andrew Tate hustling down the front straightaway in the 12, the Graham Trucking. And Corey Peabody.
So everybody down the lower corner. J. Michael Kelly in and out of turn 1. Tate at the apex of the turn. Did you start this?
Yes.
You're there. Okay. So coming down, Tate, Peabody in and out of turn 1. 2:20 before the start, and seen any shenanigans yet?
Not yet. Everybody's been looping around. We'll see what Andrew Tate does with J. Michael Kelly up underneath the bridge. And Tate will also go all the way up. Let's see what Corey Peabody does.
I think at this point you probably should go all the way.
All the way up at just less than 2 minutes to go before the start.
Now this is going to be interesting as both he and Tate, he being J. Michael Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tate cut it right here past the start-finish line.
Wouldn't surprise me at all either.
I don't think J. Michael can. 140.
No, but I didn't think he could the last time, and he did.
That's true. Well, he's slowing down. Nope, he's going to go down. Now, let's see what Tate does with 126.
And Corey Peabody coming right up next to him as they cross the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line where Andrew Tate cut. Nope, they'll all go down through.
115. J. Michael might want to scrub off a little speed here.
Where was he at? Seattle a couple, 3 years ago, down the front straightaway, trying to scrub off speed. Went from buoy line to insurance line.
And I believe they thought about calling something on him, but I don't think they
didn't necessarily have a rule in place to do that.
No,
because there was nobody else on the front straightaway.
Exactly. He was just trying to scrub off speed.
Yep.
So 50 seconds. Might be a little early again. Tate, it's hard to tell. I can't tell if Tate's going to be on the inside. I think Kelly's got to be on the inside.
I think Kelly's on the inside. Tate will be in 2 and Peabody in 3.
Okay.
I'm looking at it right as we get down to about half a minute to go before the start.
Drones footage. Kelly in 1, Tate in 2, Peabody in 3. 25 seconds.
J. Michael Kelly will come out a little deeper.
15.
Now, J. Michael will have to slow down as they get to the bridge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Should be a good start, and it's the 2 silver boats and the black boat, red boat in the middle, as Kelly and Peabody will lead them across the line and head down into turn number 1, and they get down there into the first turn, and it's J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities looking for somebody on the inside. There's Andrew Tate trying to close down. He's in the rooster tail, but he's okay, and they'll scream up the back straight away. It's Kelly, it's Tate, and it's Peabody. Actually, Peabody's in second.
Peabody in second, Tate in third. J. Michael Kelly will lead him up in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. About a half a rooster tail back to Corey Peabody in the U9. About 3 boat lengths back to Andrew Tate in the U12 as they get to the entrance pin of 2. J. Michael Kelly will lead him into 2. He's going to cut that turn close. He comes out right next to the exit pin. J. Michael Kelly with a great turn up in 2. Corey Peabody with a great turn. Andrew Tate with another good turn. And they come down the front straightaway. It'll be Andrew Tate leading them by about a half a rooster tail. J. Michael Kelly across the start-finish line, leader of lap number 1. Corey Peabody second.
Kelly, Peabody, Tate, end of lap 1. We're down to the lower corner again. And J. Michael Kelly, smooth ride. He's around.
J. Michael Kelly hooked the boat, but he came out right side up. He's trying to re-spool it. They're going to let him continue racing. As far as I know, it'll be the U9, the Pinnacle Peak Consulting with Corey Peabody. He will be in first place. 2 boat lengths back to Andrew Tate. Tate trying to catch up on the inside. J. Michael Kelly will re-spool the U8 Miss Tri-Cities.
I think he's got it going. So back to the top of the course.
It'll be Tate on the inside. It'll be Peabody on the outside. Corey Peabody trying to tighten the turn up. They're going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. It'll be Andrew Tate, Corey Peabody, white flag out. 1 more lap to go. It'll be coming down to start-finish. And Andrew Tate, Corey Peabody. It'll be Corey Peabody by a nose at the start-finish line.
Well, J. Michael Kelly's trying to get re-spooled. He's got back up on plane, but it's going to be interesting when they get over here. It's Peabody. It's Tate. They're catching up to J. Michael Kelly. He's trying to get out of the way, but Tate and Peabody are going to have to go outside of him, and because of that, Peabody has to swing wide, and Andrew Tate's going to be able to pick him up, and they're going to screen by J. Michael Kelly. It's Peabody by a half a boat length halfway up the backstretch on the final lap.
It is final lap. It is Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate side by side. J. Michael Kelly limping up the backstretch now, but they'll get to the entrance pin of 2 side by side. Checkered flag will wait for them when they get here. We'll see who makes the better turn. Peabody on the outside, Tate on the inside. I think Tate had a better turn. See how much boat speed they carried down to the start-finish line. They were both awful loose coming down last time. They're awful loose this time. They are side by side. It looks like Andrew Tate might have the better line. Andrew Tate will get the victory by a boat length.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
What a race.
Andrew Tate at the finish line by a boat length over Corey Peabody, and this was J. Michael Kelly's heat to win, but the first turn, as it does here at Madison, came up and bit him. He was lucky to end up right side up with J. Michael Kelly, but he is going to have to go 1 more lap to finish third.
Yep. He needs to pick up those points.
Yes, sir.
It could be extremely interesting of how things plan out, because that'll be a 2nd and 2/3 for J. Michael Kelly this weekend, as he is limping around the lower corner as Tate and Peabody are cooling down up there. What a race for them two.
It was indeed a race. When J. Michael Kelly got to turn 1 for the second time, he had the lead, but the boat took a big hop around the apex pin, ended up swapping ends with the nose of the boat pointing the wrong way on the race course when he went dead. But the good news was he had stayed right side up. He was able to collect his thoughts and restart, and he's going up the backstretch right now in order to come around and pick up 225 very, very, very important points. Corey Peabody and Andrew Tate coming down to the start-finish line on lap number 2. They were both light. They were both hardly touching the water, and they were running as hard as they could run. But Andrew Tate, I think, with a little better turn in lap number 3, corner number 2, and came down for the 1 boat length victory. Unbelievable heat here at Madison. Fans had a nice heat to see that time. Corey Peabody will pop the hatch on the U9, the Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Andrew Tate, he is idling back to the dock area, as well as they're continuing to pull Grand Prix America hydros out of the Ohio River. And J. Michael Kelly will come across the start-finish line. I think he's looking to cross the start-finish line and then turn into the pit area.
Yeah.
Yeah, all he has to do is cross the start-finish line.
And he will.
And he does.
Yep. Well, I believe he may have sustained a slight injury.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Broken nose.
Oh, no.
They have asked for medical to come down.
Well,
That's what the H1 radio said.
That would do it. And you understand, too, fans listening, that he's got an air mask on. So, so unofficially, the U12 Graham Trucking first, the U9 Pinnacle Peak Consulting second, and the U8 Miss Tri-Cities in third. And when the boat swapped ends down on the other end, it was a hard hit, but again, as I mentioned, stayed upright. So hopefully J. Michael Kelly okay. Crew members climbing on the dock.
Yep.
On the boat, off the dock.
And we still got more race to go here. I see the U1 Goodman Real Estate presents their home street.
They've got his helmet off.
Folks, we're going to sit down
So,
and relax, stand by.
J. Michael, or excuse me, Andrew Tate comes off the U12. Andrew Tate was third going into lap 2, corner number 1, and ended up with a victory at the end. And again, the U12 with a victory. And
Scott Davidson would say, rider down in Central, not made a mark yet. We're going to wait. Yeah, we need to wait on that one. And,
they still continue to look at J. Michael Kelly sitting in the cockpit of the U8, the Miss Tri-Cities. Again, asked for medical personnel down there to help him out, but JMK with a hard hit down in turn 1. And again, that's what happens when you run hard on this particular race course. Sometimes, unfortunately, those things happen, and sometimes you can tiptoe over those big rollers down there, and sometimes you cannot. And unfortunately for J. Mike, this one got him and able to finish third, but we'll see. So let's step away and take a break real quick, and we'll come right back to the Ohio River as our Madison Regatta coverage continues on Works 96.7.
Notice a little extra noise when you push on that accelerator? Could be your exhaust.
Travis Calvert, Rob Connett downstairs. He's got the winner of Heat 3A, Andrew Tate.
Make it 3 for 3 here today at the Madison Regatta. Andrew Tate once again a winner at Heat 3A, but man, it was not easy. Take me through that battle on the final couple of laps with Corey Peabody.
It was a battle driving down the hallway there, and in between the two of them for a minute. We got a bit of the strong sandwich. But unfortunately, Mike had a little problem down there. I couldn't quite see what happened to him. I saw the spray, and then he wasn't there. So, hell of a race with Corey. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on air, but it was great. He left plenty of room in there and did a really good job. We were both flying pretty high, and hopefully everyone here got a big kick out of it, because I sure did.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling going into this final heat? Do you think you can do it?
Well, we've done it so far this weekend, but the big dance, the Gold Cup, that's what it all comes down to. And anyone on the front line is going to have a shot on it. You could see the perils of being in lane 1. As long as you can get through the stuff and hold your lane in there and not hook or slide out, it could be the place to be. But 2, 3, 4, it's a little smoother, a little easier arc. It's going to be very, very interesting, to say the least.
Andrew Tate, he is the winner of Heat 3A as we get ready for Heat 3B, guys.
Thank you very much, Rob. And again, a heck of a battle with Corey Peabody, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Update on J. Michael Kelly. Was able to take a peek, and he did get out of the boat under his own power, put his hat on, gave his wife a kiss, holding a rag on the nose. So I would say the schnoz could be broken.
Probably when it hit pivot to pivot to turn, he probably might have caught the steering wheel.
Correct.
So
anyway, but he, like I said, he did get out under his own power. He walked off the trailer. The chaplain, Jim Riley, was there with him, assisting him, walking him up the ramp, but he was walking under his own power. So everything seems to be good. Might probably hurt a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see if there's any damage to the 8 when they pull it out of the water. But hopefully J. Michael can get back in for the final. But you're exactly right. The culprit, as always, here at Madison is right around the exit of turn number 1.
Yeah, between the apex and exit pin of 1 is typically the culprit of a lot of the problems. Not always, but typically is. And
usually a hole.
Sometimes you can go over them with no problems, and sometimes you can't. And it's just exactly like Andrew Tate said. You get better water out at 2, 3, and 4, but I don't know if you're going to. Steve David, you're going to put yourself into 1, you better be prepared.
Absolutely. And as you said, it was J. Michael's heat to win.
Yeah.
He had the lead. He was headed down through there. Not a boat wake or anything like that at all.
Yep.
But
the river got him.
The river got him. That's right. Rob Connett?
Rob.
Just talked to some crew members from the U8 guys. They say J. Michael Kelly is complaining of pain in his nose, also some pain in his ribs. And they said the boat is all tore up. They are out.
They are out for the final. Oh, that's too bad.
That is.
That is way too bad. Okay, there you go. The U8 Miss Tri-Cities, again, I guess very, very fortunate then to finish 3rd in.
Yeah, well, let's see as it comes out of the water.
Those rollers are still down there. It's hitting. Tough break.
Well, they've already had to replace one of the upright on the back of the wing. What's the official name for that?
The fairing.
Fairing, that's it. Couldn't think of it. Oh, seem to be letting some water drain out of it right now.
Kind of favoring the left side a little bit when they lift it up.
Well, again.
A lot of water there on that final hook, so maybe some of it comes through the air tube, but kind of amazing that they're putting on that much water. There might be some damage underneath.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but there's a lot of water pouring out the back of the left sponsor. So they are done for the day. That's unfortunate. That will move another boat up to the front line and just 1 trailer for the final. If the 11 by chance can't go, that'll put all 4 on the front row, and there you go. So they're putting the 8 back on the trailer.
Don't see anything on this end, at least on the front of the boat.
Right. But sometimes it's hard to see from here.
Yeah.
We're almost ready to go racing here in Heat 3B.
2, 1, mark. 5 minutes. So we will have the 1 and the 40.
1 and the 40, and no 11 for the 3B sequence. There were 2-boat heat between Dave Billwalk and Jimmy Shane.
So that will pretty much take care of business for our final. If Jamie Nielsen can make it, he will be our trailer.
He will be the trailer.
So the 40, the 12, the 9, and the 1 will be on the front row.
Right.
And the 11 would be the trailer. But Jimmy Shane in the U1, Goodman Real Estate Home Street Bank, looking to go a perfect 3 for 3. He and Andrew Tate would have 3 heat wins this weekend. And the 40 having issues again on getting the fuse lit. Same problem they had on yesterday.
Yep. Dustin Eccles will look at the front of the boat. Now they're Going to point the nose out more towards the middle of the river, so maybe everything is a go. Oh, my, got a big fire. There goes Dave Vilwalk.
All right.
Jimmy Shane in turn number 1. As we have boats, a 2-boat field coming out for heat 3B. Jimmy Shane, Dave Vilwalk. 67-year-old Dave Vilwalk, 31-year-old Jimmy Shane.
3:25 before the start as Shane heads toward turn 1, turn 2. And Dave Vilwalk on the lower corner.
Jimmy Shane up in turn 2 right now. Dave Vilwalk going up the backstretch as we have less than 3 minutes to go before the start. Not going to be a whole lot of strategy here for either driver.
No.
They're both going to make it to the final heat. All you got to do is run a clean heat, bring it back to the dock as Dave Vilwalk goes through the infield in the U40 Beacon Plumbing.
I think this heat will be more about where do I want to run than the final.
Right. A learning experience, if you will, to figure out what you want to do coming up at 5:30.
And Jimmy said they had a strategy going into heat 2. Might have been, hey, let's go outside.
Yeah.
And sure enough, of course, Jay Michael was inside like he likes to be. And he said, just wanted to see what our combatants would do, and they did exactly what we thought they'd do.
Right.
So there you go.
Take that for what it's worth.
That's right. So 2:05 before the start. Shane up the backstretch. Vilwalk up the backstretch. They'll probably go all the way, I would think.
I would say. I don't know if Vilwalk will or not. Nope. He's going to cut the infield. Dave Vilwalk doesn't want to run all the way up through the upper turn.
To mess up some water again, and Vilwalk is so good at doing. I think this is practice coming up for the course.
So Dave Vilwalk through the infield and down the front straightaway with a minute and a half left to go before the start.
So Vilwalk headed towards turn 1. Jimmy Shane just now crossing the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. And we're headed to the lower corner. Let's see what happens.
Like Dave Vilwalk will kind of hang outside. He looks like he's in 2. We'll see if Jimmy Shane will go inside or outside of him.
Well, our good friend Dave Campbell, Dave Vilwalk all these years doesn't like lane 1 here.
No, he does not. No, and he's won for about every lane.
Oh, well. Yeah. So, yep, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have Shane on the inside and Vilwalk on the outside as we head to the upper corner, as we are now at 45 seconds.
Just looking to run it and bring it back to the dock and get ready for the final. Under 40 seconds to go before the start. And again, it'll be Shane on the inside, Vilwalk on the outside as they approach the Milton Madison Bridge. 30 seconds before the start.
I think we're pretty good.
Yep. And it will be off the corner for Shane at 15 seconds. They'll head to the bridge at about 10 seconds. And here we go. Shane on the inside, Vilwalk on the outside. They've got it down. They're coming to the line. It looks like it could be a pretty good start, and it is.
Yep.
It'll be Jimmy Shane that'll carry good boat speed down to corner number 1. Shane will be there first. He'll go in first. Shane will be there around the apex, around the exit pin, and up the backstretch. Dave Vilwalk about a half a rooster tail back now as they come off the corner. It'll be Shane up the backstretch, and then Vilwalk to follow. About 7 or 8 boat lengths ahead now for Jimmy Shane as he heads up towards the bridge. It'll be Jimmy Shane and then Dave Vilwalk. He'll stretch it out to about 3/4 of a rooster tail, will Shane, as they go underneath the Milton Madison Bridge on lap number 1 of 3. Final elimination heat before we get to the final. Shane up in corner number 2 in the Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street. off the corner and down the front straightaway. Vilwalk going wide out in lane number 4 off of corner number 2. It'll be Shane off the corner and down underneath the bridge. He stretched that lead out to about a rooster tail and a half. It'll be Jimmy Shane, lap 1 down, 2 more to go, and the Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street.
It is Jimmy Shane headed toward turn 1 for the second time. Dave Vilwalk, as Tim mentioned, about a rooster tail and a half behind as he'll get down to the lower corner again for lap number 2. And the apex looks pretty good. Exit pin looks pretty good. Same thing for Dave Vilwalk. He will successfully negotiate the lower corner as well on lap number 2. It's still Jimmy Shane, followed by Dave Vilwalk. The margin now about 2 rooster tails.
The Beacon Plumbing really riding high in the water. Dave Vilwalk walking it back and forth from sponson to sponson as he has all day long down the front straightaway. It'll be Shane under the bridge and to the entrance pin of corner 2. He's there now. Dave Vilwalk trails. He is now to the entrance pin of 2. Shane off the exit pin. He's coming out in about lane number 3. He's off the exit pin and down underneath the Milton Madison Bridge. It's the Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. They come down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. White flag out for Jimmy Shane. 2 rooster tail lead for the U1 as he crosses start-finish. Dave Vilwalk, he comes across start-finish right now in the U40 Beacon Plumbing.
Last time to the lower corner. Ooh, a big hop for Dave Vilwalk coming down the front stretch, but he'll bring it back down. Shane in and out of turn 1, pretty good. Vilwalk, same thing, in and out of turn 1, and looks like he's
going to make a move.
Yeah, he sure is. He's really pedaling that thing. It's down to just a rooster tail now. See what happens in the upper corner.
It'll be Jimmy Shane now by a rooster tail over Dave Vilwalk. Vilwalk trying to make a heat of it, and I've seen Vilwalk race enough times to know the final lap for him, if he's trailing, is where he makes his move. Vilwalk still around a rooster tail back of Jimmy Shane. Shane has him covered, but needs to make sure he's got that yellow and black boat in his rearview mirror where it's a safe bet that he's going to come home with a victory to make it 3 in a row. Shane off the corner, underneath the bridge, down towards the Craig Toyota Body Shop start-finish line. It is Jimmy Shane making it 3 up and 3 down for the U1. Goodman Real Estate presents the Miss Home Street. First place in Heat 3B. Second place to Dave Vilwalk in the U40, Miss Beacon Plumbing. They started, they finished, no incidents, everybody was clean. Now we can get ready for the final.
Absolutely, they'll bring it back around, put it on the trailer, refuel it, and we should have a final here pretty quickly, I would think, and wrap up this 2021 Madison Regatta and APBA Gold Cup for the 111th time.
Again, we are at the Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting broadcast location on the west side of the judges' stand, powered by MetroNet. MetroNet provides the area's only 100% fiber optic connection, delivering internet speeds up to 1 gigabit per second for your home and business. MetroNet customers enjoy blazing fast internet that delivers the same upload speeds as downloads. Stunning television, clear, reliable phone, and industry-leading customer satisfaction. Get MetroNet today. It's simply a better connection. Visit MetroNetInc.com to learn more. You're going to love 100% fiber. So boats will return to the pit area. We will get set for the final heat coming up with just one more heat to go in the 2021 APBA Gold Cup Madison Regatta, presented by Nucor of Madison. Shane back. Vilwalk back. They pop the canopy on both boats respectively to the driver.
All the preliminary heat action has been completed.
And we will get set for our final heat coming up here in just a bit. And as H1 said earlier today, it will be a quick turnaround between 3B and the final. So be prepared for that quick turnaround coming up here in just a bit.
As soon as Jimmy Shane exits the cockpit, which he just did.
Your driver is out the cockpit. I know he can hear you. Jimmy Shane, the winner.
Crowd gives Jimmy Shane a big round of applause.
Yep.
And he knows there's one more big race coming here very shortly.
Sure, we'll have Rob Connett track down Jimmy Shane, find out how that heat went, and get his thoughts on the final coming up here shortly. And we'll hang it all on the line coming up here shortly. We'll award the Governor's Cup and that great big gold trophy over there, too.
Yeah, that great big gold one is the one that kind of gives the interest to people. Not that the Governor's Cup doesn't, but that Gold Cup does wonders for interest when people are, and especially when we've seen it in Detroit, Travis.
Oh.
It's usually under the pit tower. It draws a lot of attention.
It does, and usually every time you go down there, there's always a good size set of people around it taking pictures.
You got that right. There is always a good crowd around that Gold Cup in Detroit, Gold Cup here at Madison as well. And so Jimmy Shane, first place finish. Dave Vilwalk, second place finish. Shane with a perfect afternoon with 1,200 points. And Vilwalk with 3 seconds on the afternoon, 900 points going into the final. Of course, there's no qualifying speeds because there was no qualification session. So no qualifying speeds for this weekend. But they will get refueled and we'll be back to action before you know it. Shane's still getting a big round of applause from the crowd down there. He's a popular guy this weekend. Let's go down to Rob Cunnett. He'll talk with the winner of Heat 3B.
That's right, Tim Torrance. He is a popular guy here in Madison. Jimmy Shane getting his third victory of the day. Jimmy, were there any final mental notes you were giving yourself as you went around the track getting ready for the final?
The only thing I was thinking about was how rough the final heat was going to be. It was rough out there, that heat. There's holes everywhere. I can see why J. Michael did what he did in that corner. It's brutal. It's nasty. The wind blowing against the current just kind of holds everything there. Doesn't let the waves dissipate in time. So we're going to throw, 2 more boats out on the water and run 5 laps in just a bit here. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or looking forward to getting it over with. But we're excited. Thank you.
In that situation, does the inside lane still matter with how rough it is in turn 1?
I think it's going to be a question mark on everybody. That lane 1 is going to be challenging. If you are not the first one to the corner in lane 1 and somebody's holding you in tight, you're going to be in for a ride. And if you can make it through there and you take the risk to make it through there in lane 1 and you make it through clean, boy, you've got a big advantage here. So we'll see what happens.
It's Jimmy Shane. He is 3 for 3 on the day, trying to get his 5th career Gold Cup later on this evening. One other thing, guys, I talked with the crew of the U11. They said they're going to give it a go. They were sanding the side, the sponson of that U11. They're going to put it in the water and see what happens for the final heat.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. Again, we'll get the U11 as the trailer boat in the final.
3A has cleared the tech truck.
Gotcha.
Judging, and again, we talked about this earlier with what Jimmy said, I think it's going to be one of those, you take it.
Yep.
No, you take it. Because Jimmy's right. Obviously, we've not been out there. We don't know. But just judging by watching, if you get there first, you might be all right. But if somebody's holding you in tight, ooh, boy.
It's not one of those situations in this turn 1 where if somebody's holding you in tight, all right, I'm going to power through it and make it out of it.
Right.
Because you saw what happened with J. Michael Kelly.
Yeah.
Nobody was holding him in tight. He was running in lane 1, and the river just jumped up and bit him. And again, as Jimmy Shane said, I understand why it happened, what happened, why it happened. But how much of a gamble do you want? Now, there are times where you can get rollers like that, and sometimes just because of the grace of God, you power through them, everything comes out right, and hallelujah.
Yep.
Sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Exactly, and that's why it's boat racing.
Exactly. You're exactly right. All right, we're going to jump in and do a points check. We will get our Hydro race sponsors this time. Tyson Torrance in studio. Of course, our Hydro race sponsors being brought to you by Suntime Printing, also Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting, the Farmers Bank of Milton, and Anderson's Sales and Service. We'll recap our points. Of course, heat racing today. We've had our heat racing come up today. Heat 1A earlier today was taken by Jimmy Shane in the Home Street Bank. The Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street. Second place to Dave Velwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. Third to Corey Peabody in the U9 Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Heat 1B, it was the U12 with Andrew Tate with the first place finish, the Graham Trucking. Second place to Jamie Nielsen in the U11 J&Ds. Third to J. Michael Kelly in the U8 Miss Tri-Cities. Heat 2A saw Andrew Tate make it 2 in a row with the first place finish in Heat 2A in the U12 Graham Trucking. Second place went to Dave Velwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. A did not start to the U11, the J&Ds. Heat 2B saw Jimmy Shane make it 2 straight as well in the U1. The Goodman Real Estate presents Miss Home Street. Second place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8, the Miss Tri-Cities. And the third place to the Pinnacle Peak Consulting, the U9, with Corey Peabody. And then Heats 3A and 3B just completed. It was Heat 3A taken by Andrew Tate in the U12 Graham Trucking. Second place to Corey Peabody in the U9 Pinnacle Peak Consulting. Third place to J. Michael Kelly in the U8, the Miss Tri-Cities, as the U8 did have, the U8 in turn 1 on lap number 2, hooked, swapped ends. J. Michael Kelly ended up with a damaged nose on his face and maybe some rib injuries. Was able to limp around for a third place finish. The boat is done. J. Michael Kelly looks like he'll be okay. Heat 3B just completed. Saw Jimmy Shane in the U1 Miss Home Street. The Goodman Real Estate presents the Home Street Bank with the first place finish to make it 3 in a row. Second place to Dave Velwalk in the U40 Beacon Plumbing. And a did not start to the U11 J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen. We'll check point totals when we come back. Oh, go ahead.
I have an announcement.
Oh, go ahead.
We are going a 5 to the 5 at 5:40.
5 to the 5 at 5:40.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So our final heat will begin at 5:50.
At 5:50 final today.
Okay.
All right. Again, hydroplane coverage on Works 96.7 being brought to you by Suntime Printing, Super Shine Auto Detailing and Window Tinting, the Farmers Bank of Milton, and Anderson Sales and Service. We'll be right back to check point totals for the final heat right after this on Works 96.7.